How's it going, y'all? Navy Sooner here. Today we're discussing the Assault Rifle 15 and why I choose it for SHTF. Yes, I know AR doesn't stand for Assault Rifle. I'm just giving you crap and trying to get your panties in a bunch. Did it work? Anyways, the SHTF is going to be happening whether you like it or not. And I mean, they could be in the form of CW2 or WW3 or anything where society is going to collapse. I believe it is inevitable, and there are things that you need to do to be able to get ready. And if you believe that SHTF or WROL or Teotihuacan is not going to happen, you either blind or deaf or both, being all Helen Keller and everything, but really it's going to happen. So you need to get ready. Now there are other firearms that could work for SHTF, but the AR-15 is what I go to, and the reasoning behind that is because it's modular, it can fill multiple roles, the cost is pretty damn good, it's user repairable / serviceable, and the prevalence. In the United States, AR-15 is king. Yes, I get it. All you AK guys want to be all crazy about it, but here in the United States, the AR-15 is king. So those are the reasons that I believe that the AR-15 is what I'm going to be using for SHTF. Now, before we go on, I want to discuss my affiliates. I have affiliate links down below in a Linktree link down below, and if you go and click and purchase something from those affiliates, it helps out the channel. Places like Palmetto State Armory, Bear Creek Arsenal, Monstrum, other places. Oh, Optics Planet is one of them. I'm going to be getting other places on, and it helps out if you go and purchase stuff using my links. You can use other people's links. You can go find it for cheaper other places, but if you're going to buy from those places, it would help me out immensely. Now, an update on my health. I am walking around. Went to the range a couple times. I'm off my crutches, off cane, no brace on my hip. Everything's going well for now. I might have to have surgery again in the future on the same hip. I'm gonna have to have surgery again on the other hip, but as of right now, everything's going good. So content is gonna start kicking back up. Now we're gonna get back into AR-15s for SHTF. The biggest thing that I like about the AR-15 is its modularity. I mean, granted, other firearms can be modular, but it is easily configurable. The AR-15 is easily configurable to however you want it. You can fix it to do multiple roles, which is another reason that I like it, and another key topic later. But it can be put into any role, and the modularity of that is key to making it fit other roles. You have PIC, you have MLOC, you have key mod, you have other types of rail attachments. When it comes to putting optics on the firearm, you have a better option for putting optics on AR-15s than most, if not all, platforms out there. I mean, yes, you can put them on AKs, but you have to use a dust cover rail or the side rail, and sometimes you can have problems with zero loss. Yes, I know you can have guns that don't have zero loss, but you have a better chance of having zero loss having to take off the side mount for an optic on an AK or using the top rail on the dust cover. Now, multiple roles. You can do multiple roles with an AR-15. CQB, vehicle bound role, night vision. You have your general purpose, your recce, your DMR, your SPR. You have all those different roles that the AR-15 can fit into. And you can use different calibers. Now, granted, I'm going to stick with 5.56 223. That way I don't have to worry about switching between calibers whenever I change my upper or whatnot. And going back to the modularity and everything, you really can just get one lower and pop on different uppers, and you can change your role of your firearm, and you can change your caliber out. Real easy, and that's a great thing about AR-15s is it's got multiple roles that it can fill if you configure it two different ways. Now we go to cost of the AR-15. Compared to other platforms, the AR-15 is just cheaper. Not as in quality cheaper, but price cheaper. Granted, you can go out there and get really expensive AR-15s, and you can go out there and get really budget-minded AK-47s or AKs or whatever you want to call them. Yes, you can do that. You can go Palmetto State Armory and get a GF3 and have an AK that's lower priced than a lot of ARs. But all in all together, the AR-15 is typically cheaper than all other rifles when it comes to that style of rifle. Also, parts are much cheaper for AR-15s. It's just a matter of fact. Parts for AR-15s are cheaper than parts for any other rifle out there. So it is easier to be able to maintain and service if you want to. And swapping uppers, you can keep costs down with your AR-15 by keeping one lower and not getting a whole nother firearm and just swapping uppers in and out if you want to. You will need to be able to have enough parts for your lower, because using it for everything can speed up the way that parts deteriorate in your firearm, but you can keep costs down for your AR-15 by doing that. User serviceability and repairability. The AR-15 is just easier to repair and to service than any other firearm out there. I mean, especially when it comes to like the AK or the FAL or anything else. It's just so much easier for the AR-15 to be repaired and serviced by the person that owns the firearm. You need special tools for all the other firearms. You need a clamp and a freaking press for AKs to be able to change barrels out. And you need a clamp for an AR, but you technically don't really need one as long as you can get the torque that you need, the torque value that you need. And it's just so much easier to change parts. Now, prevalence. In the United States, AR-15s are more prevalent. It's the most popular type of rifle when it comes to semi-automatic rifles in the United States. So being able to find parts in the future will make it easier when it comes to having your firearm break down if you don't have parts. So that's just what it is. Now, if you're in a different country, that could change. You might be in a country where AKs are more prevalent. However, going back to user serviceability and repairability, it's much easier to do servicing and repairing of an AR-15. Other things over other firearms about the AR-15 is it's inherently more accurate. Yes, I know you can get accurate AKs, and all the other ones you can get pretty accurate, but the AR-15 is just inherently more accurate than those firearms. Someone can go down below and complain and say I'm fucking wrong and all this shit, but I mean, it's just the truth. I'm sorry. You don't like it, I'm sorry. Now, when it comes to reliability, some people say that AK is more reliable than AR-15. Well, as long as you service your AR-15 correctly and you have a good one, you don't need to worry about reliability. Because I've seen AKs go down. I've seen FALs, well, I've seen a shit ton of FALs like not work very well. And then like G3s or whatever. I mean, the reliability of the AR-15 is very, very good. You've made it to the end, do that whole like, share, subscribe thing. And if you would like to, there's a way to donate to the channel down below, and that would greatly help me out, as well as the affiliate links like I discussed earlier in the video. Well, that's it. Navy Sooner out.